Yes, yo. Another episode of Popcorn, episode 31. And before we're going to get into it, shout out to Korede. He wants me to talk about the time I recorded with Lagbaja. The name of the song, Scream. And sadly, I haven't heard that song in donkey years. That song was recorded in 2005, I believe. And that makes it probably like 16 years ago. That's a long time ago. So, I'm going to tell you how I recorded that song, what happened, and how Lagbaja got angry with me at the end. But we passed it up. But first, before I do that, I'm going to talk about new albums I'll be dropping every week. Every week, I'm dropping a new album on Bandcamp. Go to my IG page. Go to the link in the bio. You see a Linktree link. There's a Linktree link. Just click on it and you'll see PayPal, YouTube, and Bandcamp. So just click on Bandcamp if you want to hear the new music. Register on Bandcamp and just follow me. Anytime I drop any album or anything, you just get an email. I'm building my database, and those that are in my database will get everything up front. They can pre-order. I'm about to drop some merch. I'm about to do something really special. And there's this album I've been recording since last year. I'm about to put that out very soon. That's coming out. But before then, every week I'm gonna drop albums, old albums and unreleased albums. I want everything is on my Bandcamp. Fans have been asking me, yo, where can I get this album? Where can I get that album? And I was like, okay. I talked to my boy Ray, and Ray was like, look, you got to put everything on Bandcamp. That's the way forward. So I put everything on Bandcamp, but I did not release everything. Some of them are on private. If you hit me up and tell me, look, can I get this? I can't wait. I need to get this album. I'm willing to pay for it. I can send it to you. You pay for it. I'll send you a private link, and then that's it. So, yeah, doing pretty good with the Bandcamp. It's very easy to access. Just go to www.bandcamp.com/Modenine. Register and follow me. It's not rocket science. It's really easy. And even if you don't have money to buy albums, you can listen to all my albums, man. It's just like Spotify. Just listen and have fun. I use Spotify, but it's not really important to me because everybody can tell you the money that you get back from Spotify is But Bandcamp, it goes straight to the artist, and I'm building my database, and I have all your email addresses. If I want to send a message to all my real fans, easier to do on Bandcamp. I can put out merch, I can put out special albums, I can give out tracks, specific tracks. I can do everything on Bandcamp, and that's why I'm going to use Bandcamp from now on. Everything is there, trust me, about 25 projects. Now that we've gotten that out the way, let's talk about how I did that track with Lagbaja. I just finished working with Rhythm 94.7 Abuja. I moved from Abuja to Lagos. That was in 2005, January. Basically just in my brother's place, with my old computer, my 8 gig hard drive space computer back then, messing around with Fruity Loops and then hanging out with Thoroughbreds. I, was bouncing from show to show every now and then. And then I ran into a guy called Yinka. I think he was Lagbaja's manager at one point in time. And he told me Lagbaja would like to do a song with you. And I was like, nah, I don't believe you, man. Because in 2005, he was that man. Like before then too, like I've been to Motherland like a couple of times. And man, the shows I went to watch there, they were crazy, man. It was like full of people, celebrities, and everybody paid. There was no way for you to sneak in without paying. Only that the day I went there with hazardous, so I didn't pay. It was a +1 thing. So I just went there, watched the show. I was impressed, and his own music was just a little bit different. Some people called it Afrobeat, but it had this Afro vibe. It was very, very original. I liked it. He had those songs, he had those hits, and he had some very, very, very hardworking backup dancers and singers. He had some singers that could really, really hit that note. So when they told me that Lagbaja would like to do a song with me, I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's him. And then I was given an address. At that time, I think I got a call from him and I recognized the voice. And he said, come through. Gave me the address. And I went to the place. I'm not going to mention the place. He might still be living there. So I'm not going to mention the place, but it was on the mainland. So I went there, entered, sat down. He asked me if I wanted something to drink. The way he was looking, I knew that it's going to be a long day. His vocal booth was as big as 2 parlors. He had instruments, drums, trumpets, everything inside the vocal booth. It was crazy, intimidating. And then the studio itself was really big. It was a really large room. So he now asked me, he was like, yo, we're gonna do a song. He told me the name of the song, the title of the song is Scream. So yeah, it just has something to do with, you know, letting out that frustration. He just explained it. So I just said, give me 20 minutes, a pad and a pen. So I started writing, scribbling. Unfortunately, I can't even remember one word from that song because I haven't heard it in donkey years. Probably I haven't heard it in probably almost 10 years or so, more than 10 years. So I started writing, scribbling. He said I should rhyme it to him. I was rhyming it to him. He said, okay, here, can you, this is like, he's a perfectionist. Can you just raise the tempo of your voice when you get to here and do, okay. I wrote it and I was doing it, practicing. Then he said, okay, let's go and record. Now, normal people, when you go to record in their studios, just the casuals, you just record, get it once, one take, one take, and you're out of there. With Lagbaja, no way. No one taking it, man. So I did it. First take, I didn't do it well. I told him I didn't like it, that he should stop it. He was the one recording me, and he appeared without his mask. What gave him away was his eyes when I first knocked on his door. Like, his eyes, the eyes, they were Lagbaja eyes. But yeah, he was the one. He was a studio engineer. And there was nobody else in the studio. It was just me and him recording. I recorded the first one. I didn't like it. I told him, no. Then he was telling me, listen, if you record and you don't like it, just continue. Don't stop. We'll keep it. There are parts that I might use. And I was like, okay. I never really did that. The way our school of thought was, when you're recording, right? Like in Intruder Studio back in Ajegunle, it was a 2-tracker. You have to record everything from the beginning to the end. Intruder Zone was like old school kind of, because you have to record the verse and the chorus and the second. You have to voice everything. One track has the beat. So that was where I used to record in Ajegunle back then. Rough, Rugged and Raw. That's where Rough, Rugged and Raw recorded the first version of Casalago Boss. Casalago Boss. Shout out to Intruder. Shout out to Harmony Studios. But I was in Lagbaja's studio, which was more tech. And what he did was, he was like, do it the first time. I did it. Do it the second time. Are you satisfied with it? Yeah, this one is good. Do it again. This one is good. I did the first 16 times. He made me do it 16 times. On the 8th time, he was like, I hope I'm not really putting stress on you. This is not like normal recording. I was like, no, I'm used to this. I'm a perfectionist. If I can record it more than 8 times, we could definitely get the best one. But I was thinking that we'll choose the best one, but he had something different on his mind. It was like, what he does is, he gets his engineer to cut the best parts. He cuts this part from this part from that. We have to listen to all 16 and choose the best parts where I pronounce certain words better. I was like, whoa, is that how you guys record over here? And it was like, yeah, that's how we do it. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I recorded 16 times. Then I had to do the backups. Now I don't know how many times I did the backup, but I remember recording the verse about 16 times. The backups, I did some backups, and then because back then I was known for my backups. So I did my backups and it was like, oh, interesting. So yeah, we finished the song and then he thanked me. Then he gave me an envelope. Do you know what? All this while, when we talking, we didn't really mention money. I think he gave me 30,000 naira. Shout out to Lagbaja. Because he knows it's not easy being an artist, you know. I took a bus to his house. Because then I was just coming back from Abuja. The money was low. I was still grinding. I was still trying to get them shows. But of course, because of SWAT Root and a couple of songs that I put out, my name was going around. People were feeling me. I had a couple of videos out there. Shout out to Joke and DJT. There's this thing that Joke did for us. She came to Abuja and she just filmed Abuja Boys rapping. And that thing went a long way. When I got to Lagos, people were like, you Abuja Boys, They were mentioning some of my punchlines. And I was like, cool. So all that just helped kind of build me up. And it makes me feel like when you're not actually there, you might feel, I've been away for too long. People are not going to remember and everything. But the moment you just get out there, people are like, hey, you. People don't really forget. It's just like me. How would a person like me, Modenine, I'm a Pharoah Monch fan. How would I forget that Pharoah Monch exists? I've been to 2 of his shows here in England. One in 2010 and the other one in 2019. Yeah, I went to watch Pharoah Monch with my boy Ray in 2019. A big fan, so I will always know that person exists. And anytime I see him, I'll go watch his show. If he has a show in London, I always go. So I guess sometimes for me, I feel like people have forgotten about Modenine, but they haven't. They're still loving the songs. Like shout out to DJ Jimmy Jack. The song Style really did big things, man. Did big things for us, for me, for Jimmy, for Ella Jo, for Two Face, because that's the joint. Never gets old. So yeah, after I finished the joint with Lagbaja, he gave me 30 grand. I went home and I was like, wow. That was crazy. That was a lot of money at that time. So what happened was, got home, told my brother I did a song with Lagbaja, and he didn't believe me. He was like, "You're lying." I was like, "For real? I actually did a song with him." So after that, some things started happening. Good things though. I started doing some shows, showcasing myself, flying back to Abuja to get, booked. And Lagbaja had a showcase at Buzon Center and I was in Abuja. So he called my phone and it was like, hey, that song that we did is out, blah, blah, blah. Pretty good, man. He was like, yeah, he said people love it. So I got the CD, but the funny thing is that on the credits, right, he didn't put featuring Modenine, but the credit was inside, inside the sleeve where they put the, almost like the session people that played on it, you just put, featuring Modenine there. So on the sleeve itself, you won't see featuring Modenine. I won't lie to you, I was a little bit upset. But hey, it's all good. So yeah, he called me, they had a show. A lot of friends were calling me, like, man, why didn't you put your name there? Blah, 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 blah. So I just felt, okay, that was why he gave me the 30 grand, just to... but I didn't feel bad about it. I was like, man, it is what it is, man. It is. But I was in Abuja when he was, doing a show that day. And I was like, dude, I won't be able to make it because I'm still in ABJ. Then he called me. I think he called me the next day. I think I was preparing to leave Abuja. And then he called me while I was at the airport and, he wasn't too happy. And I was like, man, it is what it is, man. I couldn't make it. I was not around. If I was around, I would have turned up. Definitely, I would have loved to jam with you. But that's water under the bridge now. And that's how I ended up doing a song with Lagbaja. Peace.